My opponent states, with Project Indigo, the U.S. would have more freedom for expanding their holdings, and we'd have a stronger nation as a whole. This is ironic, because Project Indigo is invading our privacy, which violates our freedom. It should be our choice if we want Project Indigo to invade our privacy, even if we supposedly protect our banks. The whole great point of America is we are all free. We're all able to choose what we want to do, and we can do what as we please. Passing Project Indigo forces us to give banks information even though we don't want to give it. And this violates our freedom and our privacy. Team Project Indigo themselves even brought up many points on why Project Indigo is a bad idea. The Constitution mentions justice, liberty, freedom, and happiness among other American morals. On behalf of federalism, our country believes in a free society and requires a very careful balance of government power and individual freedom. Implementing Project Indigo, as the affirmative has requested, is a wholesale violation of these ideologies that establish our country and its citizens as a whole. If Project Indigo passes, the nation would not be stronger as a whole. It would be weaker. The government and the banks would have our personal information, rendering the people powerless. Our privacy, our right to privacy gives us power. And passing Project Indigo will render us powerless. You would create a totalitarian government type of system, and as our privacy gives the people an immense amount of power. Sharing our information would make individuals useless. Project Indigo has been recently caught sharing private information with U.S. Cybercom. Data coming from big banks like Wells Fargo and Bank of America. Project Indigo is supposed to be protecting the banks, not leaking private information. So we already have an instance of Project Indigo already violating right of privacy. They say if Project Indigo passes, they say that our information will not be shared; it will be private. But there's already an example of them violating that. Project Indigo is supposed to be protecting the banks from threats and attack, but MasterCard told New York Times that they still receive 3 attacks per second. So let's just say we put all the information into one area, the vault. Let's call it the vault. The vault is Project Indigo. We all put our information into it. Everyone's information. We have no choice. You have to put it in, no matter what, because it's a rule. This shit creates a huge target for hackers from across the world, anywhere in the world, to be like, oh, why not just hack this? Everyone's information is in this. We would have what they are buying, what they are not buying. We would know what they want, what they don't want. We would know everything about us because it's our private information. It's not only banking information, it's our private information. If they hack in, then what? We lose. America, their entire economic system just gets destroyed because we have no control over it anymore. It's not in our control, it's in the government's control. And if we have no control, then what do? We can't do anything. We can sit back and watch our money, watch our surroundings just vanish. Because other countries will be attacking us. It will create a bigger problem. Three attacks per second is not a lot. If it passes, it'd probably be triple that. In 2015, the Office of Personal Management was hacked and ended up releasing financial and investment records as well as personal information, including the names of family members, friends, and histories of where these people lived, which happened to be 25 million people. Same concept of all banks joining it, and a branch opens billions of banks will be hacked across all banks. So it will create a domino effect. If one bank gets hacked, then the rest of them get hacked. Because some people have more than one bank, right? So they have to put each of their information in both banks. They get one, the next one falls too. So first bank falls, the rest of the banks will fall. It's just a bad idea. It's a horrible idea. Why should we do that? It creates a huge target. If hackers know there are millions of information, millions and millions of personal and banking information in one area, what makes you think they will stop attacking? They say it's supposed to be going to help if you all put it in there, but it won't help. The threats are coming from outside the nation, not inside the nation. Project Indigo supposedly says that if he passes, it allows for like security to be more available because we know what people are doing. But what they don't realize is all these threats that are happening come from China, they come from Russia, they're coming from our enemies, not from within the nation. My opponent states that Project Indigo will be a benefit to the global economy. This is a huge risk because if America's economy falls, the rest of the world falls. It's a world power. We have so much influence over all these other countries. If we take this huge risk, then what? If the risk fails, then we lose. Everyone loses. The entire world loses. It would be chaos. Thank you for your time, and that was my negative video.